Vanessa, you see this thing?
Oh, good God,
Okay.
his brain.
You see that thing? In poor Bobbi Kristina's situation, that thing is not looking like that. It's liquefied and it's damaged, it's scarred, it's gone. It just doesn't function.
I completely understand what you're saying, but I don't agree that we can just go in and making these decisions and pulling plugs. I've heard that she
no pulling plugs.
breathing on her own.
Pulling plugs. This is what drives me insane. This is not about pulling plugs. There's no plugs to pull. This is about keeping somebody alive, knowing that's where it's going to end up. We know when that's going to happen.
But if she's breathing on her own, do you want to run in and put a pillow on her face?
No. But I want you, if I get in that condition, I want you to pray for me to stop breathing.
I would pray. I believe.
And if I get a pneumonia, which I will get, or if I get a skin breakdown, a skin infection, I want you not to treat it. Is that what they're getting into now?
That is what they expect, that eventually she'll get pneumonia, she'll get some kind of skin infection, something will happen that will lead to her demise. So that's why they are really, it's a countdown. And it breaks their heart because you look at this situation.
Of course it's sad. But they don't have a chance, Judy. Right. They can't ever grieve because this thing has been dragged out over how many months? 100 days, needlessly.
That's right, Dr.
I was saying it on day 8 or whatever it was. I could see the handwriting on the wall because when you've been in these situations, you know when it's salvageable, you know when it's not.
That's right. You know from experience. And I think the problem is while she's in suspended animation, the entire family is as well. And think about all of the family dealing with their own mortality issues, which oftentimes comes up when you're seeing your daughter.
Well, of course. Well, but
they're not able to grieve right now.
Yeah, they can't grieve and they can't. This somebody's daughter. It's just awful. But I'm wondering, Anahita, if there are sort of legal issues here or there's financial motivations. Do you see any other things that I'm not seeing here?
Well, I'm sure the hospital and all the caretakers have their I's dotted and their T's crossed. And sadly, though,
let's explain why. I know why that would be.
Well, they don't want to be sued for malpractice. They don't want to be sued if there is even a 0.5% chance that she can make it. And we know there is a lot of liability for healthcare practitioners.
There's what they're concerned. No, it's a little bit twistier than that, Anahita. It's that she's not going to make it, and when she doesn't, they're going to blame somebody, and if they find some little thing out of line, wrongful death, there you go.
That's why they need to disclose everything, and I'm sure they are, Dr. Drew. This is so high profile. This is all over the media. I think the hospital is being very smart about this.
Kevin.
But I think in this case, there are other factors that they understood played into this, and they're not as concerned about the hospital. The fact that she was found face down in a bathtub.
Talking about Nick's situation.
Well, there are other factors.
And do you know anything about that? His behavior on the Dr. Phil interview was just bizarre. I mean, Nick was sick. I mean, very, very ill.
What everybody has to understand is that Nick has never been to the hospital. He wasn't allowed to the hospital. He's been separated from.
But if we saw his behavior,
they don't want him. They don't want him.
But we saw his behavior on Dr. Phil. You wouldn't. He would come in that hospital. They'd put him in the psych ward. I mean, that's where they put him.
But you have to understand that they were trying to get her away from Nick at the time when she passed. They didn't want.
I didn't know that.
They didn't want them together, and they knew what was wrong, and that's why the family was working so hard to keep them apart because it wasn't a good situation for her. They feared that something like this would happen.
Did anybody have any theory about what did happen here? Was this a pill related or something?
There are all kinds. True, there are all kinds of theories bouncing around. You know, in these situations, every day there's a new theory, and there are theories inside the family that we've learned from sources. It will come, in the end, the truth always comes to the top. We will learn the truth. We will learn the truth.
You guys have any questions, Mike?
I'm always so shocked by situations like this where a lot of times people are motivated to keep someone in a suspended animation state because of moral, religious, spiritual reasons. And I'm not the most religious guy, but I do believe that anything that's waiting for Bobbi Kristina and people like her, patients like her, on the other side has to be better than being stuck in a hospital bed.
Listen, Mike, you are so right. Kevin, thank you.
Drew, thank you for having me here, and congratulations on the new show.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You can see more of Kevin's interview with Sissy Houston tonight on ET, Entertainment Tonight. But I want to talk about what Mike just said real quickly here, which is people have it so backwards. Like, we can't play God. We can't play God. Let the doctors. No, that's the doctors playing God. When they get in the way and they know that it's going to end up in a bad place and they're playing God by getting in the way of nature taking its course, that's us playing God. Not us not allowing things to unfold. We have it all backwards in how we think about these things. There is times to intervene for sure. And there are situations where it may work out, and there are situations that are fatal, that are not going to work out. And there are situations where we're almost guaranteed to survive but end up in a chronic vegetative state. And if you don't want to end up like that, I don't care if you're 25 years old, get a directive to physicians going, make your wishes very, very clear.